So it happened, 21-day lockdown, and I've been getting a lot of WhatsApp messages about business owners being worried and stressed out about what this implication will be on their business. Should they close their doors? Are they going to close their doors? Are they going to survive? If so, how? All those kinds of things. So ideally, step one is to not panic. My name is Jacques Taljaard. This is Practitioner Accounting Services. We're in 21-day lockdown, and in this video I'm going to elaborate a bit on some of the companies and industries where the lockdown is not applicable or relaxed. I'm in need of a new vacuum cleaner, and I just wanted to pop by Macro quickly on my way to get one or two grocery items. I'm not planning buying. I actually need to get breakfast for tomorrow morning. I need wheat bix. So popping by Macro, they're already starting to implement a line where you stand in a queue outside and one person goes in when someone else has gone out. Last weekend or last week I was at I think a local Pick and Pay, and I saw they've already limited the number of items people can buy. Guys, I want to be very clear about this. Your grocery stores and those kind of places are considered an essential item, essential service, and essential product. They are technically exempted from the lockdown period, right? So those guys are going to be open. Supply will not necessarily be implicated that much. There will be enough to go around. I want to reiterate this fact. During the president's speech last night, he very specifically, and excuse the background beeping noise, but I think this is very important. He very specifically indicated there's a couple of industries, a couple of services and product providers who are exempt from this lockdown. Number one is Eskom and IPPs, right? Electricity supply. No load shedding is allowed whatsoever, right? Now, having said that, it would be useful if that's actually the case and they can pull it off. It's very important to understand that security and safety will continue. That is also an exempted service provider or an exempted service because the president considers that an essential service, right? So your South African National Defence Force, the Army, the police, the Metro, those kinds of services are essential services. I am not sure how that will implicate on the Department of Transport, whether because Metro falls under the Department of Transport usually, as far as I understand it. So I'm not sure exactly how that service is going to implicate license renewals and that kind of thing, because I have a problem. My license expires next month and I need to go for the renewal, and this directly affects me. The service that is by far receiving the president's priority attention is medical services and medical related services, such as the manufacture and supply of face masks, latex gloves, alcohol-based hand sanitizers, antibacterial disinfectant soap, and that kind of thing. That seems to be number one on the president's mind. Some other services would be finance and the financial sector, business support services. Those are just a couple of the ones that I recall off the top of my head. One other important one that I haven't mentioned is information and telecommunication companies, your ICT. Those are things such as MTN, Vodacom, Telkom, your fiber support networks, infrastructure, data coverage, SABC News and Media, the newspaper websites, News24, EW, Eyewitness News, all those kinds of things. They are still going to be, or they are also exempt from the lockdown, and those guys are required to do as much as they possibly can. However, one overriding or one rule or requirement that he asked, where a company is exempted from service provider or from the lockdown, they require as far as possible for those firms to continue operations from home. In other words, if you do not have to absolutely leave your house, don't. In the next video, I'm going to answer the question of when and how should you, and if you should, consider closing your business. This is Practitioner Accounting Services. My name is Jacques Taljaard, and under the circumstances, I hope you have a great lockdown.